Let's get it on.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another in a long series of disasters. It's your good buddy, your good pal, Amigo Aaron, for another Friday night disaster stream. You know, I've had some of these disaster streams come along a little late in the game, but this one takes the cake. I just couldn't come up with something, and it hit me like a bolt of lightning. I was like, you know, we just talked about this on the Amigos, and it certainly is interesting to me, and I think it might be a fun time. So tonight, we are going to look at the retro gaming history of 007 James Bond, the all-time great secret agent from MI5 over in the UK. I'm a big Bond fan. A lot of people probably know that. And I thought to myself, you know, I've played some of the games from Bond, but what are my favorites? Well, you know, I don't know if I have one. When I thought about it, it's not like I was, none came to mind as being particularly awesome. And so I thought to myself, let's find a way to go back and look at some of the older Bond stuff. I was like, that might be kind of fun. And lo and behold, I found a webpage. It's called 007james.com. And they have a list of all the Bond games in order of release. And so we're going to try some of these bad boys tonight. I've got the first one queued up here. Now, I looked at a few different areas to see the consensus on these, and I would say this is a fairly accurate consensus on these. We're going to be using the trusty Mister as always, because this is the kind of stream you can only really pull off with the Mister. I'm going to be using my ever-popular Neo Geo fight stick from 8-Bit Dough to play these bad boys. So, when you think to yourself, what is the first official James Bond game? And where would it be? Well, I had a guess, and I guessed right, I think, because officially, the first James Bond game, from what we could find, appeared on the Atari 2600, the Atari 5200, the Commodore 64, but I think it appeared on the 2600 first, and that was James Bond, just straight up James Bond. This 007, which appeared, let me turn that down a little bit. I know everybody loved to hear that in your ear. So James Bond 007 from 1983. We're going to look at the Atari 2600 version. This apparently was lifted from Diamonds Are Forever. Diamonds Are Forever, a very fun film. That was a Sean Connery, and that one featured one of my all-time favorite sets of villains, Mr. Wint and Mr. Kidd, the sort of effeminate assassins. I love these guys. They were great. They met with an untimely demise at the end, but I really enjoyed it. So here we go. And look at, wow. So this looks like, that's a cool effect right there. So it's up for a jump, and you can sort of kind of fly. But, I mean, it's more like a float. So this, oh man. This sort of has a, it's sort of like a Moon Patrol. I guess would be the best way to put it. In Moonraker, there's a diamond. I probably could have picked that up. So in Moonraker, there was the diamonds were made on this killer satellite, and I think that's what's, or not Moonraker, but Diamonds Are Forever. That's what's circling overhead there. I'm not sure about the spotlight chopper. This it's actually it looks halfway decent. That's a good fire effect. Let's see if I can get that diamond. I don't know if I can get that high, so I'm not sure if I can get up there to get it. I got nailed. I like the Atari 2600 because it was a real free roaming system. You never knew, oh, I shot the diamond. Okay, that we can do. And I don't know if that kills everything on the screen. I'm not exactly sure the effect. I'll try to kill one. Whoa, now we're okay. We're underwater. It's funny because this looks like if you ever saw, gosh, was it For Russia with Love? Or The Spy Who Loved Me? I think it was The Spy Who Loved Me. Had the car that would go underwater. So I think they're mismatched. Oh, look at this. Are we shooting this guy? Or picking him up. Oh, he exploded. Oh, this ain't good. I can't tell if I'm supposed to rescue that guy. I don't think so. I think he's a bad guy. I feel like I'm doing okay at this. I don't think you can shoot that chopper either. Oh, man. It looks like I hit like an oil rig or something right there. The James Bond films are so diverse, but they're also all sort of similar in a way. And so they sort of run together in my head. If anyone wants to take a stab at this, in terms of... There it is again. And that was my last man. I don't know exactly what you're supposed to do there. It says here, according to this little blurb, I'll turn it down a smidge more. It says here, you must avoid enemy fire from the satellites and helicopters or making your way to the oil rig. So I did that. Let's have a look, just for fun. Let's look at these. Let's see if we can get the 5200 version of this up and running. Just to see it, because... For those that aren't in the know, the 5200 version, the 5200 was sort of the next advance in the Atari, and it did not well, if I'm honest. And the reason it didn't do well was because, well, there's several reasons, but the main reason was it had a god awful joystick, a really really bad joystick. And so that did it no favors. Let me see if we've got this James Bond game here real quick. And we do. So let's have a look at it here. Let's see if we can... One thing about the 5200, it's always a adventure when you're loading these cartridges. Let's try that. There we go. All right, here we go. So this is the 5200 version. So in theory, this should be a much better version. We will see. Let's see if we can start the 5200 here. Always a good time. Let me see what the reset button is here. Let's define the buttons here. Right, left, down, up. The 5200 also had a start, pause, reset. That should be good enough. Let's put that here. And then we'll put this here. That's good enough. And enter. Let's see if we can get it to work now. There's 1 to 2 players. Well, we've managed to change the difficulty. We've managed. Here it goes. No. Let me see if I just hit. If I just simply hit 1. Let's hit start. There we go. Gosh. Okay, this one actually says Diamonds Are Forever. Golly, good. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Mountain Stars, Uncle Larry, of course, Arcade Ages, Picard, Tex. So I do vaguely recall playing this. Gosh, it seems like I maybe played this on the. Oh, look at this. Here we go. Oh, instantly killed. Let's see if we can. And that thing, I hit him twice. So this, okay, that didn't kill him. So clearly, This has even more of a feeling of a Moon Patrol. What if there's a certain amount of this? Holy smokes, this is gonna be tough. How I got through that is a minor miracle, frankly. You guys let me know if that sound gets a little bit too much. Oh, that ain't gonna happen. It is very Moon Patrol-like. I remember this, and I remember not liking it, if I'm honest. So I have played this at some point. I swear it was one of the Atari 8-bits. The Atari 8-bits and the 5200 are pretty much not. They're pretty much the same machine. The Atari 52. I mean, in most ways, the Atari 5200 is basically a consoleized version. By the way, in case you're wondering, the button 2 doesn't do jack squat. That guy's ability to drop those things at the worst time. He's going to do it again. Yeah. Had to jump 2 of them that time. You can see the progression of graphics over and the sound. Oh, didn't get enough of a run there. This is my last little supercar here. And then we'll move on to the next one. Oh, that ain't good. Oh, just a little sliver is all I needed. I wonder if shooting the things collects them. This is going to be tough. Oh! It's a shame that you can't shoot the thing. That's irritating. Oh, no! There we go. This is the best round I've had so far. And the screen's going bananas. I don't know what's happening. Oh, we're going in the water. Oh, and I hit the wall. Oh. Goodbye, Mr. Bond. Well, that's probably a good place to move along. So that right there, as I mentioned, 1983, July to be exact, James Bond 007, 1983. Now, we're going to move in a weird direction here with this next one. By the way, I want to mention that there was an unofficial Bond text game that was released sometime before that last one that I believe was called Shaken Not Stirred. And we're probably not going to dwell on the text games so much, but there were some for sure. So the next thing we're gonna try here. Now I've got a couple different versions we can try. The next one is 1985. And this one's called. This should tell you what movie it's from right away, and that is A View to a Kill. A View to a Kill. Now, this movie, I really enjoyed this one. This one was a Roger Moore, and this one also featured. This one also featured Christopher Walken as the bad guy in it. It was quite. I love this. This one had Grace Jones in it, as Arcade Ages pointed out, and was a great film. I thought. In the Bond pantheon, is it the all-time great? No, but I enjoyed it quite a bit actually. So we're going to attempt anyway. If I've got it, we're going to attempt to play this on the ZX Spectrum. So we're going to see how we do here. Let's see here where I've stuck the darn thing. One of the problems with having access to all this stuff is just it's a ludicrous amount of software to go through, and when I try to find it, sometimes it's a little bit difficult. Normally, I'll have this stuff prepped ahead of time, but this time out, I did not. So give me 1 second here to try to find this real quick. See here. We may actually. I think I'm going to switch gears here to maintain my sanity. So this was released on the ZX Spectrum, the MSX, and the C64. So let's give us a shot on the 64, shall we? That might be kind of fun. We don't go into the 64 all that often, and so we will try it here and see now. I don't know if this was available in cartridge, but we'll have a look here and see if it was. That it'd be lucky, but I'm not optimistic. So I don't see it. So we'll try to load it off disk here. There were so many games for the for C64, so you never know if you're going to have the one that you're looking for. Let's see here. And sometimes the spelling gets a little interesting too. Okay. Man, talk about an unbelievable amount of games here. It's funny, this is one I'm not seeing for the C64. Let me go all the way back here to the beginning of the A's and make sure I didn't miss it. But there's... Yeah, I don't see it there. Okay, I've got one more angle here before we move along. I hate to give up on one of these things, but I'm trying to find it. Let me have a look here. So, let's have a go. It's funny, I've got one of these, so I don't use the MSX core all that often. But let's delve into it, shall we? This is the MSX. So this should have it's. Let's see if we've got something here. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, whoops! I probably shouldn't mess with that. Should I load a ROM? Yeah, I really shouldn't have messed with that. let's back out and start again. That was a slight mistake there. Let's try that one more time. I like the MSX. It's a lot of fun to play with, but I've got the little auto loading cartridge, and that goes a long way. So let's see if... I don't see it here either. Well, we may have to move on from that one. That could be a fairly obscure game. I'm kind of surprised. Let me check. You know, it's killing me. Give me 1 second. I will try one more thing here. I hate to give up. Let's see what we can find here. I'm going to look under the ZX here one more time. I'm not finding my game director for the ZX. That's why I'm having... Here we go. Okay, so we want... gosh. Let's go with licensed. A View to a Kill. Okay, I just got to load it the right way. So that's probably a tape. I would wager. I knew we'd come up with it. I can't stand not to find stuff. Bear with me for one more second. We're almost there, everybody. There we go. Let's see if we can get the ball rolling here. Normally, if I kind of do something like that. There we go. There it is, everybody. Look at that. Don't expect big sound. So this is the ZX Spectrum version. Look at that. So according to the little blurb here, again, 1985. This is a dome mark, so I don't expect much. This is an action game. Originally released for the ZX. Oh, it talks. Okay. Split into 3 missions. You begin by racing around Paris in a taxi. Try to catch a parachuting Mayday. The second mission revolves around rescuing Stacy Sutton from a burning city hall and is a point-and-click adventure. The final mission is platforming where you must jump around a dangerous mine to defuse a bomb. Okay. Okay, that sounds pretty good. One would wonder if this actually will let me use the joystick. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. Let's see what it's going to let. So far, we're still in the intro here. I don't know if it's making me watch this or... I'm hitting buttons, I promise you. It's got the View to a Kill title music. I don't know if it's making me watch these. Surely not. Let me check my joystick settings here, everybody, just to make sure that we're in business here. Normal, Kempston. That's all there. So we should be getting some action. Let's go ahead and make sure we got this map correctly. Not too hard to map the buttons for this thing. Well, as big a bummer as this is, I cannot figure out how to get this to start. And I don't have the manual, nor will I look it up. Well, all right. Well, we gave it a whirl. That game just does not want to play ball. So we're going to move down the line here. Somebody, if you get that working, give me the scoop, would you? I'd like to know, because I do like that film. So the next on the docket is a text adventure called James Bond 003, A License to A View to a Kill, again based on the same film. This on the Apple II and the Mac and DOS. We're going to roll right past that. And then they did the same outfit did one for James Bond 007 Goldfinger in '86 for the same machine. So that was a text-based Renaissance, that's fine if you're into text games. I'm not the biggest fan of text games. I don't think we're having trouble in this next one because this is on Old Faithful. And we're going to play this on the Amiga. This one is James Bond, The Living Daylights. This was I believe this was the first title movie from Timothy Dalton. Timothy Dalton was the fellow that took the mantle from Roger Moore. And this movie I thought wasn't great, if I'm honest. In fact, I thought it had its moments. But it didn't do it for me, to be honest with you. I didn't like it that much. But they did have a couple parts I liked, including a particularly amusing bit where James Bond went down a hill in a cello case. I thought that was pretty good. So, let me see if I can find this thing here. It says it came out for the Amiga, but I am not seeing it. I did find one that came out for the Amiga, though, that we'll try if I don't see this one. So we'll move on. I think this is the next one in line, which also came out for the Amiga. This is James Bond, Live and Let Die. Live and Let Die. Wah. A great, well, I would say a very good film. That came out before Living Daylights, actually. I liked Timothy Dalton, and I thought he had one great movie, if I'm honest. I really liked License to Kill. Look at that. Pretty good tune. Put it with the screen. All right. I don't know if I've actually played this on the Amiga, so I'm actually quite excited about this target practice. What are we doing here? It says here this came out in '88. and it started out as a game called Aqua Blast. This is another dome mark. This is shooting obstacles. Let's start by New Orleans. I thought Timothy Dalton was just that Living Daylights, but he was just sort of anchored with a not great game. Oh, look at this. Okay. Oh, okay, this isn't horrible. Pretty good scrolling effects. I expected much worse, to be honest with you. I really enjoyed Live and Let Die. There's an all-time classic scene in that one where Bond, the girl in that is named Solitaire. She's a tarot card reader. Oh, shoot. And at one point, she comes into her sacred tarot card area. I probably shouldn't have shot that. And Bond is there in her cape, and he's screwing with the cards. She's like, "How dare you, soil the cards, with your evil hands?" And he goes, "Hey, the cards say we will be lovers." She's like, "That's absurd." She walks over, and he flips over a card. It's the lover's card, and she can't believe it. And so she's a slave to her tarot cards. And so at that point, her and Bond just go at it, That's how Bond operates. And as they lustfully fall to the ground, the camera does a close-up view of Bond's hand. And he's holding the tarot cards, and he's slowly letting them fall to the ground. And they're all the lovers. He went through and replaced every tarot card with the same one. I always thought that was an all-time great bit. As ludicrous as it is. If he tricked this woman into hooking up with him with a bunch of fake tarot cards. Good stuff. It's one of the reasons I like Roger Moore. That was Roger Moore's Live and Let Die was his first effort, as I recall, replacing Connery, although not really. I mean, I need to concentrate here. Connery, I believe, came back and did Never Say Never Again, that's a real dog of a film, unfortunately. He went out on a real dog. I did not like that movie. And it's funny because he looked better later, but he looked as old as dirt in that film. And he's trying to hook up with these chicks that looked like they're old enough to be his daughter. It was good for him, but I thought it was real bad film. As far as the Amiga goes with games of this nature, I mean, this isn't horrible. I have to say, I wish I was better at it. It's hard, but I think you might be able to get pretty good at it. I like the fact that it's got tons of missions. There was some boat play, as I recall, in that film, because a lot of it took place down in New Orleans. The bad guy in that was called Mr. Big, and he had one of the most ludicrous, most hilarious death scenes in history of Bond. Because he got they had these little rapid inflate capsules, and he accidentally got one shoved into him in his mouth, and he blew up like a balloon and exploded. It's complete with loud pop and parts of him falling all over. I love that. It was a really entertaining film. It had a lot of good stuff in it. And it would put Bond in a whole new, that's it, Brock. It put Bond in a whole new element of that he'd never been in, like he was in like the streets of Harlem, the hoods of stuff in New Orleans. That's what made it fun. Let's try this one more time. We'll pick a different land. Let's try the Sahara Desert. Did we try that one? Okay. This is like Night Boat. There's always a canal or fjord or an inlet. I kind of wonder if I go far enough, I could actually find oh, look at this. Oh. Stuff comes out pretty quick. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with the speed of this. I didn't need to have got me there. Live and Let Die also, I believe, was the one that had the great scene where they trapped Roger Moore in the middle of this lake or pond or grotto, and everywhere around it were alligators, and there was no way back to the land. And so, in a great moment, Bond runs across the backs of the gators like a bridge. All-time great bits. Loved it. So good. That's not bad. I give that the thumbs up. I mean, as far as these Bond games go, that was surprisingly not bad at all. Again, that was 1988, James Bond Live and Let Die. Now, this next one, also, we're going to play this on the Amiga for just because of the ease of use here. Let me back out of this. There we go. I've played this one, and it was irritating to me, if I'm honest. But judge for yourself. This is 1989's License to Kill. This is another Timothy Dalton. This was on DOS, the Atari ST, the Spec, the C64. This originally came out for the DOS. Another Domark. I guess Domark bought the Bond license back in those days. Goody goody. That would explain why all the early Bond games aren't that good. Now think about it. This is a driving game, and it's also a shooting game, and there's a water element. But the driving part of this is so hard. It's incredibly difficult to get going on this. But I will try. I'll try my best. Yeah, I like that. And the thing is, this looks pretty good. Yeah, one-hit kills in this. So you're following that Jeep. Is what you're trying to do. God, so hard. It says you get more than one hit, but I mean, effectively, if you get shot, you're boned. You see that? You get to see that a lot. I do remember that as well. I guess if you memorized all the gun placements, you may have a fair shot at it. I think you can augment your... And the thing is, you can't lay back. Like right here, see how far the Jeep's ahead of me? If you do that, you'll lose. You have to keep the Jeep, like, near you. Okay, I'm out of the Jeep now. I can't do anything. You see how the targeting in this works? Like, who thought targeting like that was a good idea? You know what I mean? Let's try that one more time. You got that right, Steve. Oh, that's a horrible reference. Yes. Back to the Future. Oh, see, like. Also, I question the hit detection a little bit in this as well. So let's just try to lay back and die instantly. Yeah. We actually reviewed this. If you want a good laugh, we actually looked at this for the show. God. I believe it or not, I actually got past this back when we played this. I actually got past this on the show. And it was a miracle afternoon. God. All right, I've had enough of that. That right there, I don't miss it. I don't miss that one a bit. So that was 1989's License to Kill. Great movie, by the way. I really liked that one when it came out. So let's have a look at this next one here. I'm glad a lot of these are on the Amiga. It does make it a little bit easier to load up. So the next one is supposed to be titled, let me see if it's here. Because I don't remember seeing this on the Amiga, so I'm questioning if some of this stuff actually came out on the Amiga. So we're going to find out if I can find it. Oh, I'll be darned. There it is. So this one is... this is The Spy Who Loved Me. 1990. And this is another Domark joint. This is the hip-hop version of the sound. That is interesting. I hope you guys can hear that. Turned up a little bit. Oh, yes. Yes, okay, I do remember this. This was also hard. So, this one came out, as I mentioned, this one rolled out in 90. This was on the ZX, the DOS, C64, ST, and Amiga. It says here, this is Domark's penultimate game, and it's widely considered to be a ripoff of Spy Hunter. If you're going to rip something off, that's the thing to rip off. So here we go. Let's give this one a whirl. I'll turn that music back down. Oh, yeah, there's tons to the PS2 and 3 and the PS1. So let's give this a whirl here. 2 nuclear submarines have disappeared, and microfilm evidence suggests they have been captured. James Bond teams up with somebody to do something. Anya. We gotta drive to the hotel. Got it. Here we go. Okay, I'm collecting letters. I'm also hitting people. That's interesting. A lot of letter collecting. I'm sure it's supposed to be going faster, but I'm not. I love the detailed map over there. Who can follow that? My God. Also, this is what happens when you try to go faster. And it started me all the way at the back. That's brutal. You know, the sad thing is this looks halfway decent. It had a wacky hip-hop Bond theme. That's kind of fun, but... I mean, what is this? Letter collecting? I think that there's letters. I'm not even sure. Oil slick. I don't think this is anything like Spy Hunter. I mean, I guess it's a car on a road. I don't know what that stuff is, but that's not... I don't know if that was a cop car. Like I said, I'm afraid to go too fast. I'm trying to slowly edge quicker. I don't know if that cop car was trying to get me, or... I hope there's not a time limit on this either. I can't make hide or hair of that maze over there. It's so small. I don't know what I'm just hitting puddles of water. Is that what that is? All right. Well, we got to the boat area. Man, the boat drives like crap. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to make me drive back in there? Come on. Okay, let's try to slow the boat down. Time to putter. I guess if you hit the ramp, you go over. That's the... Haha. I do like the fact that you just ram other boats. Uh-oh. Well, how the heck are you supposed to know that that's there? That is lame. So, we'll go right. Okay. I mean, the graphics, like I said, are not bad. Oh. Oh. I don't know how I shot that guy, but... So we want to go right here. Yeah. Slow it down. James Bond games where you have to play slower and lamer than you normally would drive a boat. Oh! Don't make me start to... Oh! Oh! That is so lame. Okay. There you go. That one, man. Talk about dropping the ball. Jiminy Christmas. So that right there was a dud, ladies and gentlemen. Big old dud. Spy Who Loves Me, I'm not a fan of that particular one, that's for sure. So let's move on down the line here. I do like the song. I will say I am a fan of the song. It's a good song. So... let's see what we got next here. I think that's all. Oh, we did have one more on the Amiga. We're not going to try that one. But it was... because it's not really a Bond game, frankly. It was called The Stealth Affair. We actually played this on the show. It was actually called Operation Stealth. The Stealth Affair was sort of like the American release, you know, and so I don't really count that one. So if you want to try that one, just play the non-Bond. It's an odd game. I didn't hate it, but it's different. Now this is a controversial one here. We're gonna go ahead and play it. So and this is one we actually played on ARG Presents a while back. And this is for the Super Nintendo / Super Famicom. And this one is sort of a... so, you know, James Bond, there wasn't a lot of, like, spinning off of things all that much. But this is one instance where they gave it a whirl. This is called James Bond Jr. James Bond Jr. released in 92. This is THQ. Put this one together. And this one is not good, if I'm honest. You're the nephew of James Bond Jr. Now, why is this nephew James Bond Jr.? Don't know. This also got an NES release, which is interesting. So let's give this a whirl. Yeah, we're not even going to do that. Let's just get to the game. You can tell this is NES roots because it's pretty simplistic for the... that's the, I believe, in fact, I know for a fact, there was a cartoon based on the premise of I was hitting Up for Jump because I played so much Amiga and ZX. Anyway, there was a cartoon based on the premise of James Bond Jr. I remember not liking it a bit. So this is a platformer. There are elements of a shooter in here as well. Yep, here we go. This has some silkworm vibes to it. Except lamer, of course. I do like the fact that there are no enemies. It makes it quite a bit easier. I guess these dirigibles are enemies. Oh, yeah. Just kamikaze with these little bullets. I guess once you get rid of them, they're gone. Oh, I need that. Oh! James Bond Jr. dead. He's dead. I wonder if I can fly under these. I've been dying this. No. The answer is no. Now, why would you shape something like that if you had not the ability to go under it? Because look at it. Doesn't that look like you could pass under that with your chopper and be like Johnny Cool Guy? So I find that highly lame. Look at this. That's cute. The guy... okay, I'll give him that. I didn't expect that. The guy's to bounce up and try to grab hold of my... look at that. No! I was distracted by how stupid that is. They jump on the springs. They can grab your chopper. I guess you've got unlimited of everything, so I'm just going to give this the scramble treatment. I would love to get that just once. Alright, this is the farthest I've gotten so far. I guess that's something. This is pretty generic, though, if I'm honest. I mean, it's an odd thing to happen so quickly after the opening. There we go. Now maybe we can get somewhere, at least. Well, so much for my shields. I went through that in a hurry. Dadgummit, I ran right into that. Well, that's the end of James Bond Jr. So that's... I was never a fan of that one. If you do want to check that out, though, we do have that on the... it's on ARG Presents, if you ever want to check that one out. Well, no, Indy... First of all, young Indiana Jones, not a junior. That was Indy. So if that's the one you're referring to, Picard, this is not... James Bond. Okay. Let's see what we got next here on the cavalcade. Because we're getting, and now I'm going out of the places that I know anything about. So here's an interesting one. Oh, this will be fun. We haven't been here before. Let's head over to the Megadrive for this one. And this one is James Bond 007 The Duel. Which I have to say, I don't think I've ever played this one. Let's see if we've got it here for starters. Let's see here. We've had pretty good luck after that one. James Bond 007 The Duel. We do have it. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, man. I guess that's Timothy Dalton. This was released, Domark again, 1993. This is a Game Gear, Sega Master System, and the Mega Drive. This was the last Bond game from Domark. So let's give this a whirl here. Let's give it a whirl. This looks interesting. Okay. Game type normal. Manic. So normal is as low as it goes. Okay. Press start to play. Alright. I couldn't tell if that was supposed to be Dalton or just a generic... Yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay. It's like a Rolling Thunder type of affair. Do I have ammo limit? I can't tell. I don't see anything ticking off, so I guess not. Oh! Okay, we got jump, shoot, and that seems to be all we've got. I'm sure something does a gadgets or something. Didn't see any jump damage there, so that's good. It's got pretty decent graphics. There's an ammo clip. So I don't know where the ammo is. This doesn't look too good. Looks like Barney Fife up here. Oh! I can't. Shoot him, you idiot! That was embarrassing. I'm out of health, so... What is that? I don't think I want to know. Whoa! Oh, that's cool. Okay, he can slide down the... He can slide down the ladders. Cool guy stuff. Oh, God! Okay, I don't know what that was. I would say this is the best of Domark's offers, so offerings so far. This isn't too bad. Except I got killed. Let's try that again. It does remind me of that, actually, Picard, now that you mention it. Except the bad guys look much cooler in that than they do in this. There's a show over here we used to have called the Andy Griffith Show, and this guy looks like Barney Fife, the doofus cop. Did that cop blow up? What's up with that? Okay. Can I shoot up? I cannot. Okay, you can hurt yourself from fall damage. He just changed clips, too, so... Oh! Shoot, I jumped to my death. This is the Genesis, Scoob. Oh, look at this. Okay, I didn't know about that. Oh, no! Oh, no, sharks! All right, I do like that. Let's try that again. It looks like a Megadrive game to me. I mean, excuse me, it looks like a Master System game. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, I never found her. That's lucky. So I've got one more girl to find. Whoa! That's a trick. Whoops. Okay. Let's try this again. Look at the background. There's I mean, they've got some decent looking effects in here. We're done leaping to our death. I will say that. I do like that, like I said. Now, what is that? I don't understand what happened here. You can look, too. Wonder if I can actually, like, fall on guys like that. Because Bond does that in, Pierce Brosnan does that in, GoldenEye. He comes down the ladder and, like, smashes a guy in the face with his hiney. That sucks. I can't tell if that's a hit or not. It's my last man. Anybody played Sly Spy? It was a pretty fun game from, I believe that was, Taito did that one. I always enjoyed it. And it had I think they built that in hopes to get the James Bond license, and they never did. It's a shame. Okay, so we know we don't want to go over there. We got to go down this ladder here. Oh, geez, all that just to come back up a ladder. It's not easy to come upon these guys. Whoa. What the heck? Now, see, that is dirty pool right there. There's another guy back there. I don't think I can go that way. What's up, Rob Placco here? We're playing retro James Bond games today. I would say it's a mixed bag. Although I don't understand this section here. Can I go through here? That's crap. That's it. So that right there, thank God Dome Mark's out of the picture. That right there is the James Bond, the Duel. That sucked. I didn't like, I mean, that's not true. There were aspects I wanted to like, but it ended up sucking. So we're going to skip number 12, which is GoldenEye 007. Everybody knows that one. But we're not going to miss the next one. This is an interesting selection here. Now, it's, you don't think, I never ever think about these. You know, I wonder if this thing can run GoldenEye. I've never actually tried it. I don't know if I've even got any C64 ROMs on here. I'm gonna look. I don't know. I don't. I don't think it would. I don't think the N64 stuff's ready for prime time. So we'll go with the next one, like I said, which this is one I always forget these, which is the Game Boy. It's fun to think that in '98 the Game Boy is still rocking and rolling, getting all kinds of action. And so I don't know if this is a port. I don't know what this is. This is James Bond 007 for the Game Boy. Get the little theme. This was released in '98. This is a developer called Sapphire, spelled with F's. This was the first handheld James Bond game, and it was very late in the console's lifetime, it says. So they say this is sort of more like a Zelda than a Bond game. So we'll have a look at it here. No, James Bond does not count, Rob. I've played James Bond, it seems like, every week. So this time out, it doesn't count, but even then, I'm not playing that one. Okay. Don't forget to put my full name in. Almost stuck a Q in there. Okay. China. Oh, look at this. You know, having a real wordy game on the Game Boy, it seems like a bad idea to me. Because you've got to sit through a lot of that. So I guess you have to search around here. Yeah. Yeah, so James Bond, the bridge builder. James Bond, the medic pack looking for. Oh, man. Now, it said something. Maybe I could search a guy. I'm not catching nothing here. Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm begging for any sort of action here. Oh, I'm punching. Okay. Here we go. Uh-huh. This is a very odd choice for a Bond game. And that's the end of the line. Got to go through the boathouse to the north, which I assume is this one. I would love to do anything. I would love to demonstrate any part of this game. Let's go all the way back around and try the other way we didn't go. By the way, you can't punch the NPCs. I've tried. Uh-huh. Find your hammer. Well. Yeah. I mean, listen, there's a market for this sort of game to people that doesn't involve me, if I'm honest. And so we're vacating the premises on this one. I'm not going to pay him for that one. We're going to move way up the line here. Way up, actually. To the PlayStation. Now, the PlayStation had quite a bit of various Bond games. And we'll see what we can find here. The first one, which came out in 1999. Let's see if we've got it here. The funny thing is, looking these up, sometimes they're under the James Bond name, sometimes they're not. So that's why it's not the easiest thing to look for. Let's see here. Okay, so it's not under that. So let's look at see what's under James Bond. Anyway, the first one is called Tomorrow Never Dies. Presumably based on the movie. This was the first of 8 Bond games developed by EA. Think about that for a minute. If you're a big EA fan, and a lot of people aren't. Ah, here we go. Here we go. I found it. Let me turn off that cursor there. That we don't need. There we go. So, again, this is 99. Now, Tomorrow Never Dies. Pretty decent. I guess the theme song's okay. I thought this movie was no good. This is the one with the invisible boat. The stealth boat. I thought this movie was crap. Real bad. Real bad film. And so, I doubt I ever played this. But we should see an interesting jump in quality. Or you could be, Rob. And I'm sure if I let this theme play too loudly, they'll come for me in the night. It's the problem with these PlayStation games. God forbid you play a Star Wars game. And if I play this too loud, I'll have Amazon all over me, beating me down. All right, we get it. That was Tommy Tallarico's group, did the audio for this, by the way. Here we go. Back to Russia. It's always Russia.
.007 satellite reconnaissance has located a military outpost
Audio.
on the Russian border. MI6 intelligence has confirmed that
You know, I never liked that movie all that much, Rob.
Illegally decode the positions of our GPS satellites.
I saw Tommy Tallarico live on his video games tour. It was a good show. I had a good time. The music wasn't necessarily the kind of music I like in my video games. It was mostly, you know, your Final Fantasies, your Castlevanias, the usual crap. But, I mean, you got to play to your strengths, I guess. But the band was good. Tallarico was entertaining, too. I was sad that he became such a heel, if I'm honest, because I really liked him on the on G4 as well. Okay, here we go. Let's see what I... Oh, wow, that's cool. Okay, I killed a guy I didn't mean to. Okay. Wow, this is such a leap up from... Press O to open. There's O. It's got auto aiming, which is a huge help. Man, I shot that guy, I mean, a ton. You could tell they were like, listen, remember GoldenEye? People like that. They're like, we're going to use that. Oh, yes. Being hung up on the geometry. Now we got a rifle. Now we got some action here. See if we can snipe anybody. That'd be kind of fun. You do, Tex. Do you recall enjoying it? Let's see here. Look at that guy way off in the distance up there. See if I can... I don't think I'm hitting him. Let me see if I can switch guns. Boy, I hear a helicopter. I don't see it, though. Let me see if I can switch guns here. There we go. That's what we want right there. Whoops. I'll have to hold it down. Okay. Oh, this is going to be sweet right here. Look at the breath coming off of him. Pretty good. Oh, yeah. I like that. There we go. Let's get with the assault rifle. Screw this. Let's get into it. There's a helicopter. Hope I wasn't supposed to stop that helicopter. This is not... I mean, again, we've played a lot of Dome Mark stuff. This is not bad. Oh, no. Yeah. That is gratifying. Let's get up in this fort and see if he's got any medical kits here. Heavy armor. That'll... Yeah, I'll need that. Okay. Man, I need some ammo. Stat. Jeez. Whoa. Where's that coming from? Oh! If I stand out here in the open, I'm sure he won't shoot me. Yeah. See if we can get in there. Oh, man. Invisible walls. What if I can shoot that barrel? Yeah. Look at me. Uh-oh. I think they can shoot me through the fence. Ha ha ha. Losers. They're trying, though, but they can't do it. I hear shooting. See if I can figure out how to get out of this thing. Here we go. When you're in this mode here, boy, this takes me back to the old awkward days of trying to get around. Alright. Let's get some guns. Is there another guy back there? Jeez Louise. Die. Oh, yeah, med kit. Oh. Yeah. All right. I don't hate this, though. I mean, it's not bad. You know, it's a style. It's in the style of the time, etc., etc. I don't know what causes him to go into that mode. Uh-huh. I don't think I'm doing too good so far. And what if I can blow up that barrel if it'll open that box. Look at the brains on this guy. What the heck? Where did that guy come from? Is he hiding in the box? Can I get this? You know how hard that was? Okay, well. Guess I went to a dead end. Well, I think we've given this one a good whirl here. Not bad, though. I don't hate that. That's okay. Something tells me a lot of these PS1 games are going to be a lot alike. We'll find out. So the next one is called The World Is Not Enough. This was a less crappy Bond film. It wasn't the best, but it was okay. I did like the girl in this was a particularly attractive lady, if I may say. I may be so bold. She was nuts, though. That's a bad. So it was an accurate portrayal. This one came out in 2000. This is on the N64 and PlayStation. And this one, this time on the 64, developer Rare was out, and so you know what that means. You've got different folks coming in to do this one. This is another EA. This is sort of according to what I'm reading here, this is sort of a ripoff of GoldenEye, which I was pretty good at GoldenEye, but I thought it was a pretty fun game. Uh-oh. Let's get past this before they come and get me. You don't want what's his name, Bezos on you. Well, you got it. You're not wrong. You're not wrong there, Tex. Okay. I need a lower difficulty. Okay.
A meeting has been arranged for you with a Swiss banker named
Wow.
Shares.
That sort of sounds like him.
£3 for a stolen report. A report that one of our 00 agents.
There's Q. This is back when he was played by a certain member of Monty Python, John Cleese.
James, do take care of yourself.
This is the sexier Moneypenny. You know, they were changing everything up. Got to keep the young people happy. All right, let's get to it here. Oops, what have I done wrong? I went all the way back. Let's go forward.
A meeting.
No. Game now. No. I don't want that. Here we go. Yeah, the chick on the left. Actually, both of them. And also, the one on the right was named Merry Christmas. And this did have one of the all-time great closing lines in the history of film, in the history of cinema. I'm not going to really get into it now, but if you're interested, go watch the very last 3 seconds of this Bond film. Look at this. Open doors, blah, blah, blah. We'll figure it out. What could go wrong? Uh-oh, that ain't good. I thought I was unarmed. Beat that guy's brains in. Take his gun. There we go. Why am I not using the gun? Karate chop. Okay, must figure out how to get the gun loaded. No, not that. No. Oh, God. Load up the gun. The gun. You can imagine how surprised I am that I can't get the gun to work. Doesn't the sonic screwdriver doesn't seem to be working. Oh my god. We better check the button layout here. Something went south big time. Let's see here. I think I know what's going on here. Let me see what the joystick is set as. I got the fuck we're set on a gun. No, that's no. There we go. Let's try that one more time. That can't be right. Yeah, no kidding. Come on, pencil. I'm sure it won't happen again. It's funny, I've got a USB PlayStation stick. I should keep it standing by for stuff like this. I do like the fact that he pulled out something that looked identical. Identical to the sonic screwdriver. Okay. We know what that stuff does. Okay. Yes, let's look at the message. Okay. So I think I do have to go get a weapon, and then I can use the weapon. That's best I can tell, because all the buttons are fully functional. Hey, you geek. No, get the gun. Get the gun. I don't want the rounds. Okay, we're going to pummel the next guy we see. Hey, I will say, there's a gun. No, give me the gun. Okay. I don't know what the scoop is on that, but we're moving on. It's weird. So, according to... Now, I do want to try this one. This is a whole different ball of wax here. This is 007 Racing. Let's see if this is any good. At least it's a racing game. All right, I believe this is another EA. This is supposed to be garbage. Horrible garbage. So, we shall see. There it is. Okay. Hurry, start before they come for me. All right, here we go. It's a good question. I believe it's Spy Hunter. I think I've played this one because I remember I like the concept of this. The Bond racing game. That's, you know, Bond's got a cool car. It does lots of cool stuff, but man, I don't know. It's not exactly being built as a top shelf game.
Satellite reconnaissance shows the fortress to be patrolled by armed guards. You are to get in, retrieve Ms. Light, collect the Stinger missile, and get out quickly. If you must, engage any forces that attempt to intercept. Once clear, head for the border. Good luck, 007.
Uh-huh. Here we go. Oops, that's reverse. And we're off. Oh, Christ, I don't want that.
You need to use your rockets, 007. Aim carefully and fire to clear your path.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. This car handles like a tank. No pun intended.
You need to use your rockets, 007.
Fire!
You're going to need the Stinger missile to complete your objective. You'll need to restock your ammunition.
I already don't like John Cleese in this game.
For the sake of the car, 007, return fire.
This will give you plenty of health. I assume it's car health. I don't know what that was. So I think I went to a place that's a complete dead end. I'd like to run over this guy. Oh well.
Lock on your target with the Stinger missile. If you don't have your health, 007, you don't have anything.
Okay. That wasn't a very good start.
The mission has been compromised.
No
We are
kidding.
sending you.
Yes.
Satellite.
No. Let's try this one more time.
For the sake of the car, 007, return fire. You need to use your rockets, 007. Aim carefully and fire to clear your path.
That does that. Oh, okay. That's how it does it. I got it. Oh, yeah. Crush.
You'll note, 007, that the Stinger missile is the only way to neutralize airborne attacks.
I think I got her. Oh, I don't think I was supposed to kill her, was I? I think I was supposed to rescue her.
Being compromised. We are sending you.
Oops. Let's try that one more time. I thought I was making progress there till that
Satellite
part.
reconnaissance.
For the sake of the car, 007, return fire. You'll note, 007, that the Stinger missile is the only way to neutralize airborne attacks.
Hurry, Mr. Bond.
Ah. I got her. Oh.
Watch out!
Yeah, I'm already sick of her. We need these health here. Now, let's see if this road... Yes, that's what I thought would happen. That road opened up. You couldn't go that way before. This is a secret stash back here.
You need to use your rockets, 007.
Screw that. I ain't fighting a tank.
Lock on your target with the Stinger missile.
Oh, blew up a helicopter. Added bonus. Oh, it's oil slick. I don't need that. Go!
Careful.
Mind the gap.
Come on. Go!
The mission has been...
Oh, what is that?
Sending in field agents immediately.
That is weak. Who puts a ditch there? Okay, that sucked. I didn't like that part. That's not, it's not that good, if I'm honest. That's not so good. So we're now moving away from the PlayStation here. We got a couple more to try tonight. So this will be a different one. This one here is on the Game Boy Advance as well. It also appeared on the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. So this is only one for the portables. If we've got it here, let's find out. Let me see here. So we're looking for Agent Under Fire. Let's see if we've got it. And I don't see it there. Let's see if it's under James. Sometimes it's under James Bond. Sometimes it's under 00. Let's see if we've got anything here. Got James Bond. I don't think we've got this one. So we're going to move right to the next one. This is one I remember playing on the Xbox. And this one is called Nightfire. Nightfire came out in 2002. And another EA, of course. Good night, pets. Thanks for hanging out, man. It's got the usual shtick. This one I remember not hating. So I haven't played the GBA version. I will say that. So we'll find out. We'll give it a quick whirl here. Let's skip past all that. We don't want to get in trouble with the man. 000. That's me. And we'll move right down the line here. All right, Mission 1, the Austrian Castle. Bond's never like Mission 1, the 7-Eleven in downtown Poughkeepsie. Piece of missile, blah, blah, blah. Software, space weapons. Here we go. Holy smokes. This one, I would suggest squinting. Holy mackerel. Does have digitized speech, which is nice. Of course, it's also got strafing, which is nice. But, boy, when you blow these games up, they take a pounding. Visually. Why don't we just follow this guy in? He knows where he's going. Oh, he just run into him. I got it. That's kind of confusing. Couldn't tell what those guys were doing. Uh-oh. Better go over and get some ammo from this guy, or I'm in trouble. Let's see how I switch guns. Let's see here. Weapon change. B and. I got it. Okay. There it is. That's not the worst way to do it. Ah, crap. Man, this is not the easiest thing to control or to navigate. I don't know how I could shoot that guy from down here. Shoot him in the feet. Got some armor plating. Happened all the time in the movies. Bond would stop to put on pseudo armor. Oh wait, it never happened. I guess there is some journalistic license here. This wasn't based on any particular Bond or film. This is one of the first couple, probably maybe one of the very first ones where they just basically said the heck with it. I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a camera. Look at all these poor suckers. Of course, I fell off the side like an idiot. What do I have weapon? What do I have bullets for here? Jeez, I'm out of everything. What do we got ammo for here? Oh, shoot, it's armor plate. That ain't good. Well. Time to use the old wristwatch laser on him. I don't think it's working. Oh, man. So, mental note, you can't run through here like a maniac. There it is. You know, that's a good question, Scooby, and I honestly have no clue who it could possibly be. I'll be honest with you. I don't like that game, by the way, just an FYI. I think we may be at the end of our journey here. I don't think there's anything else that I could play on this thing. Let me see here. It's funny, we've gotten this far, where we made it all the way up to 2002. I think that's the end of the line on this one, though. I don't think there's anything else here that we can give a whirl. So we tried, though. We got a goodly amount in, so that's a good place to call it, I think. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out and trying these. It's fun. You know, I had a feeling that these weren't going to be very good. So but that's the way it goes. Sometimes you get lucky, and sometimes you don't get lucky. But still, it was interesting to check some of these out. And I'd like to go back as the couple that we couldn't get or couldn't find or couldn't get to work. I'd like to go back and try, especially the one on the ZX. I'd like to give that one a whirl. I'll definitely go back and try that one. Anyway, I will let you guys get back to it. Hey, tomorrow night, if you're interested, we're going to be back on the TSI T-Speaker Regulars channel on Twitch, getting in another round of Baldur's Gate 3. It's been my second go-through. Will I improve at all? Chances are no, frankly. But you never know. I might get lucky. And then, of course, me and the Brent will be back this Sunday at 6 p.m. for ARG Presents. The topic this week, games look better on the CRT. And the games, I think, are going to be pretty mainstream this time. I was surprised what we ended up picking, but sometimes it happens. So we'll catch you guys down the road. And keep your fingers crossed for a good replacement Bond. Until the next time out, be seeing you.